I've never hosted a space before. What is this?
Well, we've all got to learn sometimes.
I did one once as a joke, and music was playing, and I panicked and didn't know how to stop it. Right from the space. Oh,
I'm
Kales. Okay. Oh, there's Shaw. Oh, look at everyone on time. Or on time. I guess I started early. That's on me.
Yeah, we generally need to wait a little bit for some people to join, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Like Sisk. What are all these faces? What did I miss?
I think that was a space earlier from what I saw, and that face was only a reoccurring.
I have to look at their names.
How dare.
Oh no! Of course, there's food on. Oh my! That's funny.
Right, sharing the link a little bit.
Love to see it. Can you hear my music in the background?
Not really.
Just kind of, just the not really kind of. What in the heck? Whoa! Not Leah more prepared than I am. Hello? Did you see that? Oh my goodness! I'm not. Hello.
Oh boy. Okay. Right. How many of the? Yeah, all right. 2 spares. Oh wait.
Hold on.
Hi, security. Yeah. All right.
Oh, Sidnor. Hello.
Right. I don't think I'm seeing any others at the moment that need the mic.
Hi, Sydney.
Oh yeah.
Hi,
No,
Kale.
you said
Hi,
something.
yesterday. Hi, Shaw.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
That was so enthusiastic.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, never apologize for being enthusiastic.
Well, I literally just ended a call with some other people. Just made it in time.
Oh, I started early. It's okay.
Yeah, all good.
There is a couple. Where is Leah? I don't.
That is an excellent
Leah.
question. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna ping real quick. Oh no, you were okay. We will begin soon, I promise. Just the general chaos of trying to get everyone all.
There's one person I'm a little bit wondering if they're gonna be here.
We can keep an eye out.
Oh,
Leah joined. She's here.
Oh wait, did you message? It's alright.
are you accepting it?
Got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. Does anyone know if Ellie is coming?
I've not heard, so I assume. I mean, it's 8:03 now.
They are also here.
Wait, really?
I think. Yeah. You know, Ellie is also. No, am I stupid?
I am here. Hi, Leah. Did you say Ellie's new?
No. I think Ellie is here, but I might be.
And
No, I might be
Yeah.
wrong.
Request to speak. And
Where is Kid Me? What is with all the close-up pictures? I was wondering the same thing concerning
the food one is particularly.
Yeah. Hashtag team chaotic.
I love the way the banana is also bitten into banana.
Oh,
This made me laugh, so I'm pinning it. Jesus.
Okay. I was gonna see if I was gonna try and connect on my computer. Well,
you can't speak.
Can you not speak on when you're on a computer?
No, I tried. You can't host or speak or do anything useful apart from listen, and you can't even put emotes. I thought you could, but like,
all right,
that's just very depressing.
You know what's really
Yeah,
a bit rated because I have like a proper little mic or whatever. All right.
You know what's really lame? Oh,
What, Sydney? Can you call Rhino?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, or Ashley. Hang on. Either of you. Can you reach out? I can't. Where was this picture even taken? Hang on. Someone?
Is it a cameo?
No, I don't think so. It's just Christina's face.
Don't ask questions.
But I'm curious, Coco. I want to know.
I don't know.
I must know.
I've seen a screenshot of a very chaotic space earlier. That is all I know.
Oh, that I know. There she is.
I think Jared put that in there, and I was like, okay,
Well, storm.
Miss Lamb.
Is good morning.
Hi. Sorry, I'm working.
Oh. Oh, okay. Didn't realize you were working.
Oh, work.
What's that? Who's she?
False.
Edit. Oh, no. Well, I'm trying to write on my iPad. So if in case I need to take notes.
Are we taking notes?
I don't know. Look, I'm trying to make it seem like I'm really official here.
You literally are. You just sent a picture of questions, and I was like,
Oh, I'll ask what the questions were. So I like, I was helping cook that.
You were, thank you, because I
You're welcome, Princeton.
Thank you very much.
Alright, you don't worry about that, Coco. You don't.
we appreciate.
All right.
We are constipated KTY force. Sorry, that's what they just said. Apparently, that's Christina constipated. I guess that's something. That's something.
Unfortunate. Sorry, some of them has like a tail. And then one of them is sideways. One of them is crying.
Ellie said that they'll be here in like 30 minutes.
Okay, well, we need to...
Well, yeah. So I said or like 10 minutes. I'll put y'all on speaker. That is
Okay.
Well, we need to get started now anyway, then Eddie can introduce themselves when they get in. Does that sound okay?
sounds fantastic.
That sounds neat.
Okay, so if we're doing introductions and like backgrounds and that kind of thing, does that sound okay to do?
Yeah.
First?
Sure.
Who wants to go first? Because Bagsy, not me.
You said not new?
I said Bagsy, not me.
See, I guess I will. I just was gonna think on something for like how in depth. Like I know we kind of went over it. Do I want to talk about what I do? You know? Okay.
Completely up to you how much you share.
Yep. Introduce ourselves and our backgrounds in editing. Okay. Well, I don't really have background in editing, actually. Just gonna. Oh, hi, I'm Julia. Do I have to do that? Let's see.
Good. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. You appreciate it.
I'm Julia. My job in real life has nothing to do with editing, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry, positive reinforcement here. Keep going.
We actually.
You're doing, as I said, you're doing great, sweetie.
You're literally cracking me up. Please. Oh my goodness. Train of thought is gone. I started editing like when I was 15, I think 14 or 15. And then I never had a good program or software, so I don't know, kind of lost the motivation or just passion and kind of was too hard on myself. So I just kind of stopped around 17 and never really got back into it until Warrior Nun. I know Jasmine's video. I don't know if you guys know Jasmine, but I think Fate and Fury. She is the reason I started editing again, like that in Warrior Nun, as well as my talk with Michael Blackburn, him, the visual effects supervisor, really cool guy. So after like 5-year hiatus, I started editing again and kind of just ended up here, I guess. I don't know. Is there a separate question, Leah, on here for the like how we joined the order, or
Yeah, that's a separate question.
where? Okay, noted.
Should we get into that after?
I guess so. We can do that. Yeah, I don't have a very exciting story. I just make videos because why not? And I want our show back really bad. And since Netflix gave no trailers, I was like, heck, I'll do it. I'll try. I'll give it a go. Yeah, that's pretty much that's me, you know. Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go in order of who's next to me. So, Coco, do you really not want to go first? Are you gonna go next? We'll go in order. Go for it, Bestie.
Second's okay, I guess. Okay. So, hi, I'm Coco. I am a musician at university. I am not employed in editing anything. So I use Logic Pro for all of my music, and this is going somewhere, I promise. And so when I got Logic Pro, I got it on a student bundle, and that came with Final Cut Pro. And with that, I thought, hey, I can do like editing stuff. So I started editing like pictures and things, just pictures, not video, because that was scary. To music I was writing to like try and portray the emotions that I was going for at the time. Sort of like practice for writing music for TV and that kind of thing. Oh boy. Yeah, so my main interest is like the music side of things. I can get very pedantic on things being on beat. Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at all. Keep going, Coco. You're doing great.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I taught myself to edit. That will be an answer for the next question, I think. But yeah, so I kind of like edited a bit on Final Cut Pro with just photos, and then I made one edit to like help revision with the Beethoven piece, because it was like I needed to know when chord changes were and that kind of thing. So I kind of like got a vague idea of how to do it then, but that was just like a slideshow, a glorified slideshow. So yeah, so I had to teach myself fairly quickly how to edit, and that will be the next point. But yeah, all right. Next.
All right, SJ, you're next on the speaker roll.
Yeah. All right. Well, hi. My name is SJ. Yeah. Well, today I work with CapCut on my phone. Personally, I use it for the audio and for the videos. I use it for everything, basically. I do use PixArt to edit my thumbnails, however. So yeah, if you wanted about that. Anyway, so yeah, editing. I've been making video edits since very, very early, actually. I was 10 years old, I think, when I first made my first edit. It was just a slideshow of pictures of my dog with Taylor Swift music. I mean, I was 10 years old, so I just used random music that I liked that did not make any sense with the pictures I used or videos. And then eventually I started making video edits of a TV show that I liked. I uploaded it on YouTube for many years until I eventually moved to Instagram, where I made edits until 2021. And then I moved to TikTok, and now I'm here on Twitter, also on TikTok still, and I went from Windows Movie Maker to CuteCut on my phone, then CapCut now. I also tried Final Cut Pro once a few times, but I wasn't really good at it, so eventually I stopped. But yeah, I had quite a journey with editing. I never really had a hiatus. I've been editing since I'm 10 and I'm gonna be 20 soon, so it's been 10 years. And in my work life, I also don't have anything to do with editing. I work in IT, so it's more like computers and stuff. But yeah, it's still cool.
Awesome.
But Linya, I think it's your turn.
What if me? Am I next?
Oh,
I think so.
our best. Thank you, Ashton.
So yeah, my name's Leah, and my background actually is to do with video editing and filmmaking and all that jazz. I have my own media production company. Now it's a very small me, myself and I media production company, but it is what I do full time, video editing and filmmaking and stuff like that. So, and I guess everything that I've done, probably like a lot of us, it's all self-taught. I didn't go to filmmaking school or anything like that. I say that I got my degree from the University of YouTube, which is a very good university. I recommend it. It's free. And I've been editing probably around 10 years as well, maybe 8 to 10 years. And I kind of just started, I came across a guy called Casey Neistat. Maybe some of you have heard of him. And he was doing a lot of vlogging. So I kind of started doing that and got into editing. I did actually also used to do a little bit of like messing around with Final Cut Pro and like After Effects and Photoshop when I was in college. I also put what I've learned over the years in editing down to, and everybody do their college degree, but I put it down to procrastinating during my college degree. So don't be like me. Do your degree. But I did do a lot of things with all those softwares when I was in college, and my college degree doesn't really have anything to do with video editing either. I studied computer games development in college, which was more of a glorified computer science course more than anything else. So I've kind of just been editing ever since and just improving my skills over the years, and eventually left my full-time job, which I hated and didn't get paid very much, and it made me cry. So I decided to leave and pursue a career in editing and a media production company and stuff like that. So that was it will be 5 years ago this year that I left that job to pursue this full-time. So yeah, that's me and my editing journey so far.
Thank you, Leo. Love it.
No problem.
Do what you love.
Absolutely.
All right, Shaw, it is your turn. Term? Words are hard. Your turn.
Hi, I'm Shaw. Excuse my voice. It's 4 a.m. here. I'm actually a video editor and videographer in real life. I've been editing since I think I was 16, 17. When I sat for like one documentary class, and I was I was sort of like inspired by the guest lecturer, and like I was just really sad that I couldn't like continue editing. So like everything that I've been doing, it's self-taught, sorry. So like I guess I've been editing for about 13 years, I think. I mean, this is pretty funny because like I have a diploma in motion graphics and I really suck at that. But like I was really stubborn as well, and I just stuck to like my video editing throughout school too. So yeah, and I've used, I think, Premiere Pro for the most part, but I did dabble in, was it Evit? I think it was Evit. Yeah, and a little bit of After Effects. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you, Shaw. Hey, Rhino. Your turn, bestie.
Why'd you say it like
Because
that?
I
Okay.
doxed you.
My name is Written. My name is Written. Okay, anyway. Hi, everyone. My name is Rhino. I'm currently working in human resources and sales after graduating last December from university for a degree that actually has nothing to do with filmmaking or editing. I have been editing for fun for about 12 years now, ever since I was 12. But I've never really taken it seriously as a career possibility. I guess, however, in the coming months, I'm actually hoping to document my travels around the United States and truly making it into a career. So I'll have a lot more to learn. I'll probably work more on that. And I got into editing for Warrior Nun just because it's actually funny because I had slid into Julia's DMs and we were talking, and then I said, hey, I want to make an edit, but I don't know if it'll be any good. And she goes, oh, you should actually do it. And I showed her and she said, oh, that's really good, you should post it. And the rest is history. So that's just a little bit about me.
Are you trying to make me cry? Hello? I love you, man.
You are the reason. You are truly the reason I kickstart to this entire thing. And I will always give credit to you.
Oh my god. Okay, thank you. Take the compliment. Okay. Sweet. Thank you for sharing. Kales, what's up? It's your turn.
Hi, I'm Kales. I've been editing for probably 17 years now. I was super lucky, and my high school had like a little TV studio in it, which I don't know, today is probably not all that abnormal, but for when I was in high school, it was like not a thing. So I started originally doing a lot of photography stuff, and then I found out about the TV program. And I then ended up going to school for a dual degree in video and cinema and theater. The college I went to didn't super like that, even though I'm like, they're very kind of intertwined in a way, but whatever. So the whole credits thing was a nightmare, but my original goal was to eventually actually be a professional editor. But life had other plans, and so now I am still using my skills. I'm a full-time graphic designer, content creator, etc. for a craft brewery in the United States. So I'm actually currently, while we're doing this, working on a cute little animation. So yeah, that's my background. I have used Final Cut Pro, but I am now primarily using Adobe Suite because they all work together and I jump from one to the other multiple times a day. So Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, etc. How I got into the order, I think Coco actually posted a call on Discord and was like, hey, looking for some folks. And I reached out to Kay, was like, hey, I have a hodgepodge of skills and I'm happy to help. And yeah, here I am.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I was in another tab for a second. I couldn't mute myself. Thank you. Oh, hi, James. Wow, goodness. Okay, Sydney, your turn. Bestie, go for it.
Alright, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I almost made a very sarcastic answer. Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, Holly. So, what's up? My name's Sydney, and I'm 20, and I have been editing in Warrior Nun. Not watching. Kind of joined like the day the show got canceled, and people in this call or space or whatever were doing it before that. But I've been editing since since the
the young age of 10 as well, similar to Esther. I've been doing it since 5th grade, and I used iMovie at first, and I made like little YouTube videos and skits of myself. And I kind of did it throughout high school, and now I'm in college, and I'm going for media communications, and I'm studying film and narrative filmmaking, how to like actually do it. And I currently have 2 jobs in the field of like media. One of them, I'm a camera op for a sports broadcasting thing. And the other one I work at is the pretty much the lead editor of a podcast for my college, which is cool. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't know if we were saying going like how we got in the order, but I don't know. I just became friends with Julia and Rhino, and I was like, hey, I do that, and now I'm here. So yeah, it's fun. I use Final Cut Pro predominantly, pretty much for my Warrior Nun edits. I'll use Final Cut Pro. But for all like my school related stuff, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. So that's like pretty much where I dabble. All right. That's all I've
Heck
got.
yeah. Love to hear it. Yeah, I remember you asked me on Xbox, actually, in the middle of a game.
Yes. I slightly did.
I love it. Love it. Cool. So, a few of you answered questions already, but Coco, what do you think? Should we talk about how we got into the order, or?
Yeah, I think,
Okay, yeah.
I think if we do... Oh, wait, has Eddie gone?
Oh my god! Sorry, Ellie. Yes, no. Sorry, it was the order of it, and it just flipped. Sorry, Ellie. Yes, please.
You're good.
Can you safely speak? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. No, you guys are all good. Don't worry about it. I kind of like stuffed my brain in. Kind of, I'm not fun now. But, yeah, kind of the same way that I kind of snuck into the order, I guess. So what are we saying? Like how we got into editing?
Yeah, just kind of your background, like who you are. Yeah.
I'm Ellie. If you guys didn't already know, that's my name, I guess. But I started editing when I was like 12, I guess, for funsies. Like you remember like Windows Player and like all those Windows Maker and all that little stuff. Well, that's how I kind of started. I always wanted to like make movies and tell stories. So I did it in my own way with music when I thought that there could be songs that fit their, I don't know, pairing or certain moments in a show a little better than what was already there sometimes. I just like to mess around. I never really kind of posted it, but it was more or less kind of like a side project for when I got overwhelmed and wanted to do something fun. But I never really kind of took it super seriously. But like, I don't know. I never really like thought of being creative as being like a very pragmatic career. Mostly because that's what I was told. Like, you should probably get a job that's gonna pay some money and pay the bill, all that stuff. So I didn't really think about it in that sense, even though like my dream is to make movies and to work on TV shows and to write for them and be able to do all that. But that's now, not me as a kid. But so I went to school for fine art after all of that as a minor and like majoring in English, and then I changed my mind and I went and I did forensic psychology and law, and then I changed my mind again, and that's when I did graphic design. So yeah, my background is pretty much like a graphic design, illustrative kind of background, more so than like video and stuff, but I really enjoy it. It's really fun. And it's always nice to get the reactions, like the love from everybody, especially with the Warrior Nun edits. Like, even like one little comment that says, wow, this is nice, or like, I really like that song, or like,
something like that, it always makes my day. So it's really nice, like cool, and especially being a part of the team with you guys. It's really, really rewarding and really like kind of like a little family. And when things have gone rough in the past like month or so, like you guys have been there, and that's really, really awesome. So I kind of came into the order when I like messaged Kay and was like, hey, like if there's anything that I can do to help out, like please let me know. Like here's what I know, here's what I can do. And yeah, that's pretty much how it happens, and here we are.
I love that. Thank you. Oh, wow. I love you guys. Okay. Cool. So, alright, yeah, so the order convo? Because ours tie in very smoothly.
Do you want to, should we go like as close as we can get to chronological order? Would that be easier?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Was it you first then?
Oh,
Or was it the same day? Because they made it sound like you had been there the whole time. So it may have been you.
okay, all right. If it was me, I'll go because it's not like tying into anything much, so I think it's okay. So I hope like most people saw the tweet that Kay put out saying, Kay, if you're like able to help in any of these ways, let us know. Not like these ways, but just like in any way, let us know, and we'll see if there's something that we can get for you to do. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe they need some music. It's very unlikely, but I mean, if they want some music written for a trailer, then that's good practice for me, and it's like royalty-free music for them because I'm not going to sue them. So, you know, win-win. I could do that. I'd love to try and help out in that way. So I DM'd Kay and I sort of said, hey, I'm a music student. I really love composing and this is what I'm trying to do. And Kay goes, great, okay, I've added your list to the creative team. And then I'm sent like a little picture of like the people on the creative team. And it says like creative team, and then there's like I think there's like a separate video editing section. I'm not really sure. There were like 3 names on that thing. I was like, okay, fair enough. But then I was like, okay, well, I'll just be writing music because, like, that makes sense. But then I was added to a group chat with Julia, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm doing the music for this, right? But I mean, I was looking through Julia's edits, like wow, this is really, really cool. Do I get to write music for Julia? Awesome. And then they're like, oh, by the way, yeah, you're on the creative team, so you're editing videos. And I was like, oh, am I? Yeah, sure. So if you know anything about me, it's that if it's something creative, I will go straight for it if I have like incentive or like I really want to. So my brain went, they need me to edit videos. I'm going to edit videos. I'm going to learn how to edit videos. So I was like, I have Final Cut Pro. I'm going to get that thing out. I'm going to Google the heck out of what on earth to do here. And I was like, I have some songs that I think could fit. I'll learn as I go. I'm sure they won't need me to do too much. It's all right. There's only 2 of us anyway. I'm sure it won't be like that much of a thing, and I can write music for them later. It's just maybe just a misunderstanding, but I'll go with it while it's there. And then I feel like, yeah, at that point I was teaching myself very, very quickly how to make an edit with like moving pictures and 2 sounds. So the first edit, like fan edit I've ever done was the action one to Hot Blood that was posted for the order. Well, it wasn't called the order at the time, but you know what I mean. So that was an experience. So because I sort of just sat there like, there's Julia, and then later on, all these other amazing people join who were like also in this space, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just winging it over here, trying my best. So, but that's where I came from. I feel like any further joins up with Julia's story, so I'm gonna let Julia go next, and then we might be able to join up again in a sec.
Yeah, Coco, you're doing amazing. Like I'm really proud of you because I didn't know you've never edited before until we talked or spoke.
Bluffing it. I didn't lie. I didn't lie. I was just like, yeah, I can do this. Google, how do you do this?
Isn't that what we're all doing though? I mean, I learn something with every edit I make, and now I use Leah and Shaw for info because that's all of you really too.
Scrolling through Leah's TikToks on how to make
it for real. So how I got into the order, I had already posted a couple edits, I believe. I think the last edit I made that wasn't for with the order, I think was my Women of Warrior Nun one. So I was just on Twitter one day and I saw Kay tweet something. And it was like, oh, does anyone have any what was the word? Experience in media or stuff? And I was like, not me. And then I happened to see a comment right under that said, honestly, if you're good with anything, can you just DM me? And I was like, wait, I mean, I dabble. So I DM'd Kay and I was like, hey, I kind of dabble in video editing and photography. And she just said perfect. And I was like, oh, do you want to see anything? Because I didn't know if she was just taking anybody. And she watched a couple of my edits, but then I was like, hey, I'm gonna throw you into a group chat with our other editor. And I was like, oh, you guys have another one, awesome. And they were hyping up Coco, and I was like, who is this Coco, right? And so Kay threw me, Coco, and Ari into a group chat. It was like, hey, it's our creative team. And then they were hyping up Coco. I was like, who is this editor, dude? And I got so excited, and I still stand by the fact that Coco is a legend in my eyes, always will be. But yeah, it's just kind of what's up.
The first time I found out we were editing is when they were like, oh, we got 2 editors here, and I'm like, 2? There's only 2 people in the chat. What's going on?
Dude, yeah, no, they were totally hyping you up, and I was intimidated because I was like, whoa, who?
They hadn't heard any of my music yet. They had nothing from me. I was just like, hey,
they literally were taking anybody. They were just like, let's do it. We just need people. And I was like, oh, sick. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it.
I'd say, I think kind of added to that, the leadership thing, was literally just because Kay asked, we kind of need someone to lead the group here after another.
Oh yeah, if she asked us or something, and I was like,
no, she asked in the chat that the section of the chat that we were in or whatever it was, who wants to lead, and I think we both said yes, sure at the same time, and then Kay was like, okay, both of you join. We're like, are we okay with this? Yeah, sure. So
I think we're the only group in that channel. Oh no, I guess I was gonna say I think we're the only ones that are really co-lead. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was just because we were like, if one of us gets busy, which we will, and we have, then we can support each other, and that's been really cool, I think. But it's all nice, the first 2 there, and co-leading it now, despite one of them being grossly underqualified. But
I think we're both. It's fine. We're doing great. We're great. Coco, you're amazing. Never forget it. Hype yourself up. We love you. You're a legend. Never forget it. Coco, season 3 Warrior Nun. When? Okay. Oh shoot. Sorry, Ellie. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I guess then that ties into Shaw, Kales, and Ellie were the next 3 who joined the team. I think. Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, what are we doing?
Having snacks.
Sorry, my dog needs a snack, okay? She
I could do it a snack too, but maybe not dog tips.
The peanut butter cup for your dog.
I do not recommend dog treats. Been there, done that. Not worth it. Okay. Shaw, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So I think I was listening to like a recorded space. And like right after that, I just DM'd Kay because like I was just made jobless by like Netflix. So I was like raging, and then like they canceled the show, so I raged even more. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put like my 200% into this, and like edit the shit out of videos, and like sort of like make Netflix regret that they pissed us all off. And then like before I knew it, I think Kay just sent me like the link to the order. Well, back then I'm not sure what we were called. And yeah, I think I've just been editing videos since then.
Awesome. Love that because I remember you three showed up and I was like, oh, we have new editors. It was awesome. Kales, I do think I distinctly remember you. I think you were the second person, either the first or second. But if you want to go, feel free.
I mean, yeah, I messaged King, and there really isn't much to it. It's just how I could help.
Love to hear it. Love it. Ellie, is yours? I'll let you talk if you can.
What's the question? Sorry.
Just how you essentially how did you become a part of the team?
I guess I was just super pissed off. Like genuinely, after everything came out, I didn't find out until I went on. Well, I wasn't even on Twitter that day because I wasn't even huge into Twitter at that point. Like I just kind of made tweets here and there, and that was it. And then my friend sent me the post, like Sun's post at sunset, and I'm triggered by sunsets, and I was destroyed, from the very bottom of my heart. I didn't know what to do. I was so mad and sad, and I had been watching Warrior Nun over and over and over and over again, every single night, at least 3 times a day. I would watch season 2. I was really committed, and I really, really wanted the 3rd season, and I wanted to help, and I wanted to make it happen. One, because it was a show that I really enjoyed, but it also was comfort to me and really gave me something to, focus on while I was going through some hard stuff, especially even the 1st season, not to get sad up in the space, but the 1st season dropped on the 8-year anniversary of my dad's passing away. So it was super, super important to me when it came out. I had just finished playing The Last of Us Part 2. Because that was a whole whirlwind. It took me 2 weeks to do it. I couldn't do it. Right after, that part, I had to stop and go back. So I was looking for something else because I had waited for The Last of Us for so long and blah, blah, blah. So I found Warrior Nun, and to be quite honest with you, I literally started watching it because I thought Alba was cute. And, I mean, no shame. That's the truth. That's my honey bear. No one's not gonna know what I talk about when I say honey bear. I don't think. I think everybody knows that I call Alba honey bear and Christina honeybee, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm rambling. Sorry, but yeah. Essentially, I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure that we got the 3rd season, and then I saw everybody banding together, and that night when I found out what had happened, I wouldn't stay on Twitter. It was too fucking sad. I didn't even know that there was a space. I didn't even know that KTY was on the space. I found out the day after, and that's when I kind of jumped head first into everything. Nora actually and Newt and A and all those people were really the ones that kind of brought me into the fandom and brought me in with open arms. And then I found out that there was gonna be a little team put together to make some edits. And I do that sometimes. I haven't done it in a while, but I would totally do it for Warrior Nun because I've been thinking about it. I just haven't had, the incentive to. So, yeah, I watched a show because of a pretty girl on a day that I was really sad, and then now I'm here.
Thank you for sharing, Ellie. That was really beautiful.
Oh, I don't think it was beautiful. That was gone.
That was it was your truth, and I think that's beautiful. So thank you.
The words not working. Yeah, no, I'm really, really thankful for you guys, like, genuinely. Like, I know that I haven't really been around recently for personal reasons, but it's okay. I really do appreciate every single one of you, especially with, like, that little thing I put out the other day. Like, everybody that helped me out, like, I thank you so much, like, from the very bottom of my heart. I can't thank you enough. There's not enough words to do it. So just know that I really appreciate you and I love you and thank you.
We love and appreciate you. Love you, Ellie. Oh. Okay. My memory is gonna get a little bit foggy.
Not to make
I believe. Oh, no, try. I'll cry later. Leah, I think. How was it? Okay.
I think it was me next.
It was either you or S.
I think SJ. I think
it was Leah.
Correct.
One more thing before I kind of like drop out for a sec. I'm not dropping out, but like mute myself. Do you guys remember Wetflix?
What did you
like?
What?
Wetflix, like hashtag Wetflix. I did a little drawing of like Ava, like it was forever ago. It was like within the first few days, and it like she's defacing the Netflix logo and puts a W instead of the N, and it just said Wetflix. That was me. Like that's kind of how I got into everything too, because it blew up.
Oh,
I remember that. Yeah,
that does sound really familiar, actually.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'll try to find it and put it in the Dendrocron. But yeah, that was another big thing. I was like, you know what's really funny? This is funny. So yeah, no, okay, bye. Okay.
All right, Leah. Full send. Full send it.
So how did I get into the order? So I guess, yeah, similarly to what Ellie said, like I saw the tweet from Simon. And now I'll never look to the sunset ever again. But I saw that, was obviously very moved and kind of upset by the cancellation. And as I've said to a good few people, I've never participated in a fandom at all, ever. Like, I've been fans of things, but I've always skirted the outside of it and just loved it from afar in my own way. But I felt very compelled, and just something within me decided that I needed to be part of this movement and do what I could do to help, whether that was to tweet or whatever. And I think I may have like tweeted Kay and like, oh, I do some editing and stuff, and she was like, cool, okay, I'll keep in touch, or like something like that. And then nothing, I guess, kind of happened, so that was fine. And then I think I might have been talking a little bit to Shaw, and knew that Shaw was in the order at that point and stuff, and was just chatting back and forth. And then I think I heard a space, some sort of update space with Kay, and I remember Julia was on it, and they were talking about edits, and stuff like that. So I think I commented because I commented within the space and like tagged Julia, and I was like, I do editing and stuff if you all need help. And I think Julia was like, thanks, we'll keep your name on file or something like that. And I was like, okay. And then so I kind of had where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do my edit, like a little edit in my own time or whatever, and I kind of worked away with it in the background, and jumped on a few spaces, got to know Rhino and Julia a bit more, and Coco and everybody like that and stuff. And I had told them that I was working on an edit, and everyone was saying really excited. They were excited, even though no one had seen me edit anything. So it could have looked like it was made from a potato for all you guys knew, but you were all very supportive. And then I dropped my toxic edit, and y'all seemed to really like it, so that was cool. And like, I think it was maybe like 10-15 minutes, I got a DM from Julia, and she's like, hey, so would you be interested in being a part of the order? And I was like, I'd be honored. And I think I did a salute emoji to her. And I think in the same breath, she was like, sent me the Discord link, and was like, I'm on a call with Coco, and they kind of drafted me in then from that point on. And yeah, just been, as I said, it's been an emotional roller coaster, good and bad, and in that it's been hard work, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I've been very thankful to meet all of you guys. Being part of the team has been just, as I said, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I would love that the show wasn't cancelled, but you know, silver lining. And we're gonna get it back, so there's no worries there. And yeah, just absolutely thrilled. I'm just honored to be a part of the editing team and getting to know everyone, and everyone's just amazing, and I love you all. So that's essentially how I became part of the order. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you, Leah. Oh, I love you guys. I literally love all of you so much. Oh,
I feel like we need to do appreciation at the end, or else we won't.
I can't. I'm sorry. I just you guys are so much to me.
Also, can I just say quickly, I remember that whole the toxic edit, and it was like fresh off the press, and I can't remember who DM'd me. It was either Julia or Ari, I'm not sure, but like someone DM'd me the link and was like, have you seen this yet? And it was like really enthusiastic, and I was busy, and I was like, all right, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll go watch this then.
I remember I dropped it on his face too, and Julia was like, I can't watch it right now, I'm doing something. I was like, go watch it now, Julia, okay?
Well, no, I didn't watch it because I was on his space, so you know, like, I wanted to like give it like attention.
Because everyone went away. It's like, okay, we're gonna we're gonna watch it.
You've been like,
It's all good.
ignored so many times. Like, yeah, have it.
That edit gave, oh my goodness, dude.
That edit, I am milking that to the very last lane. I've reshared it so many times. I need to do one, but
say I haven't made that in a minute.
About what you were saying about like it could have been like like potato, that kind of thing. If it's anything I've learned, is that this fandom has so much faith in you without having any evidence for it.
like you're like just blindly leading the blind. Like I'm there, like I can edit them. Like I could have, I don't know what I could have come out with. And
Listen, Leah,
like,
content is content.
Thankfully, it was relatively good, so I was able to back up my claims that I could edit.
I loved it. It was awesome. And I believe SJ, you're up.
Yeah, hi. Well, mine is a bit boring, I guess. It was really just Julia texting me, hey, we have a collab, are you interested? And I was like, oh yeah, definitely. And that's how I joined. But I think it's more interesting how we met in the first place. It was through Assassin's Creed, and it's still stuck in my head. Like, I think I was playing it and New Year's Eve at like midnight or after midnight. I was just randomly playing Assassin's Creed, and then somehow a few days later, I think I was talking about how Assassin's Creed and Warrior Nun have a bunch of stuff in common. And I wasn't even following you on Twitter, but the day before you answered me on Twitter, I saw your edit on YouTube. So when I saw your profile picture, I recognized you right away. And when you texted me, I was like freaking out, like completely. It was amazing. But yeah, that's how I got into the order.
Love that. Hello? SJ, what? We love that. I'm just a person.
Well, your videos are amazing. You personally are an amazing person. So I don't know. I just freaked out when I was like, wait, I just saw their edit on YouTube. Why are they suddenly responding to something I just tweeted. It was so random, but it was just so amazing as well at the same time. Because I was like, wait, this can't be like a concept, like just random. This can't be random. That was just that.
because I saw your edits, and we were looking for a couple people, and I knew you were already on one of my on that list of people that if you were
what?
doing work. Yes, yeah. That's why I reached, because I really liked your. I think This Is War. I think was the first one.
No, the first edit that I made was the free one. And then...
that's the first one I saw was, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's possible, because that was the one that really blew up first.
But yeah, that's...
One of my favorite things about this is
Thank you! Like, all the amazing people here. This is just fantastic.
I love every single time Julia's just so confused that anyone recognizes who she is at all.
I know.
It's just so funny. Why is it funny? Because you're always like, hello?
I think hello, I'm just some random ass person. I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, so are we in a way.
Yeah, everyone is, but it's just
That's fair. That's... Okay, moving on. Because I don't know how to process that. Let's see. Rhino. Is Rhino.
Hello. Yes, I've been trying to think and remember back to how this all happened. So I've already shared that I slid into Julia's DMs. One of the first things I ever said to her was 5'7" people.
Well, wait.
Because it was on a Not Gonna Lie thing. That was right. 5'7" people are hot. And then I slid into her DMs because I wanted to be her friend because she seemed really cool. The first edit I ever saw from Julia was the Faith is Our Business one. So it's the one with the sale song. And dude, that was insane. And that literally, because of that edit, I was like, I'm going to try editing again. This was before I knew Julia. And I edited my video and then I showed it to her and she was like, yeah, you should post it. And I would then go on to host spaces because I really liked being around the community of Twitter. I was going through a kind of a hard time at home at the time. So I just started hosting these spaces and surprisingly people joined. I was a very small account at the time. And so I was just very surprised that people joined and talked to me at all. But it was very fun. And then I started hosting little editing spaces where we kind of sat in silence most of the time. And we're just editing our respective videos and doing our own thing. And that's where I met a lot of the people. So I met Julia, Shaw, Leah. Well, I got to know them better. And then at some point, the second week of January, Julia had messaged me on Twitter and said, hey, I don't exactly remember the words, but it was, hey, do you want to join the order? And I think my first reaction was, is this a joke? And then she immediately goes, yeah, it's a joke. I'm like, what? But no, it was obviously her just being sarcastic. But anyway, then I was like, okay, yes, I would absolutely love to join the order. I actually didn't know it was really a thing. I was kind of disconnected from everything. I just kind of did my own thing on the little Twitter TL. But I had kind of an idea that they were in an editing team. I didn't know how official it was until they sent me the Discord link and I joined it, and it was just so many people with so many things going on. So, and then I met Coco, and Coco is literally the sweetest person in the freaking world. And so I was just so happy to be on a team with some people who are so caring and so kind. But yeah, and then I just got closer to everyone on the editing team, and here I am. I haven't edited an edit in a while, ever since the trailer edit, but I'm excited to get back into it. There's just a lot going on right now, but I'm sure we will get back on track and continue and keep fighting for our show.
We love it. I love you, Rhino. Okay. Oh, goodness.
Oh boy, this space is more emotional than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Coco, save.
Everybody grab the tissues. Oh, sorry.
Well, as editors, literally our justice to generate mantras like, oh guys, you love you all so much.
Leah, you're very right. I guess that is true. Sydney, I know you kind of already touched on it, but is there any?
Yeah. So before I kind of, well, the first time I ever interacted with y'all, because I lurked for a while. I wasn't really in spaces. Because I never used Twitter before. Like, this is my first time. Kind of like Leah said, like I've never really done this whole thing before. And then I actually saw one of the editing spaces, and I joined it. Got to know people. Became friends, and then one of the phrase of lettuce save, like when like the lettuce thing was going around, I made a crack edit to that, and that was like really the first word thing I did. Got a little bit of traction for having relatively no following, and then I did another one shortly after about Yasmin running Ava over with a van, which yeah, it's pinned on my profile if anyone wants to see it. But and then just like, yeah, I don't really know how I got on the radar, but I was friends with I just became friends with people on the team, and eventually I was like, hey, can I join? And they're like, Julie was like, yeah. And we just talked to Fofo, and I was like, over. And now I'm here.
Just I'm clapping verbally. Love it. Love it. Oh, right. There is this.
Gosh.
How do I? There you go. Hey. Oh. Okay, so since there are a couple questions, Coco, I know there's this. Okay. Hang on. Help me out here, Coco.
Yeah.
Should we answer the ones that are pinned? Because I know.
I believe the ones that are pinned are also in the list.
Are they?
Yes. So they're the same questions that were under Coco's tweets, as well as just the few that I asked.
Oh, noted. Okay.
I feel like we go through the list, and then we go through the Jumbotron and any other questions that are in the comments, or any really. There's 20 comments. That's scary. Okay.
Are we taking speakers at all?
I would suggest not for now.
Okay.
It's not until the end if we do open it up. But we'll cover the questions that we have or any of the questions that we see.
From experience, that can get chaotic.
Okay, I'll take it from you guys. I don't know. I usually just linger in spaces. Okay. Specific editing. Are we gonna talk about editing software? I don't know. Do people care about that? Are we gonna do that?
I think there were a few questions about that. I know some of us have already said. So I mean, there's a wide range here, to be honest.
It is. I feel like everyone uses something different. Like, not everyone, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I don't have a full list. I use Final Cut Pro. That is what I use because it's all I have, and I work with what I've got, you know. So that's me. Julia, what do you use?
I use Premiere Pro as well as just like all the Adobe stuff, so After Effects and Audition as well. But I have been after this will segue to Leah because I have been very, very much tempted to try out DaVinci. So
Everybody is unmuted, ready to go. Like,
yeah, I'm really.
I just like to chime in every so often. That's so awesome. Keep on your toes.
All right. What do you use, Leah?
The better question is, Coco, what don't I use? So when I first initially started editing, it was Final Cut Pro, but then I moved over to all the Adobe Suite stuff. So Premiere Pro, After Effects, Adobe Audition, and then in the last, I'd say maybe 6 months, I have been dabbling a lot more with DaVinci Resolve, and I would say that that's kind of my main go-to editing software right now. I still jump back to Premiere Pro for certain things and certain features, and when I'm doing the likes of my motion graphics stuff. So if you've seen the OCS newsletter interview with the stunt double guys, or the stunt coordinator guys, the intro for that I animated using After Effects. So that's what I would use that a lot for. But yeah, my main workhorse at the moment is DaVinci Resolve, and then I also use Premiere Pro and also After Effects. So yeah.
Coolio. All right. Okay. I know that we have a wide range of things used here. So anyone who's got something to say about a different one they use, maybe? Does that work?
Yeah, I think so. I think SJ mentioned CapCut. I don't have any experience in CapCut, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah, exactly. I've been using CapCut for like a year now or so. It's also like a free software that you can use on the PC, or you can also use it as an app on your phone. But I mainly use it on my phone due to the software not being too good on the PC. So yeah.
Love it. Did we cover all of the ones we use?
If anyone has another one that they want to mention, speak now or forever hold your peace.
For real. Okay. Sick. Very cool.
All right. Shall we do the third bullet point later? Is that all right with you? If you're looking at the same list as I am.
Oh yeah.
That later? Okay. Okay, I feel like the fourth bullet point we've already covered. So okay, should we do one after that?
The process one?
Is
that what you're looking at?
The recommendations one is what I'm looking at.
Oh, I don't know how to count. Okay.
Bullet point 5.
I should have made the list a numbered list rather than a bullet point.
No, Leah, you're good. It's just my blonde is showing. It's okay. Yeah, we can do that. I don't even feel like I can speak on this. I feel like this is more of a.
You think I can?
Coco, I don't think this is a nice question.
I can take this one if you want.
Let's go for it, Leah.
Someone needs to read out the question though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Question. No.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna read it out. I was gonna read it out as well. Will we keep it a mystery? No, I'll read it.
But leave out context.
So someone asked, do they have any recommendations for less experienced editors on how they can improve? Put quite simply, just keep editing. Literally do what a lot of you are already doing by making fan edits, and just keep doing it, because every edit you do, you'll learn something new and you will just inherently improve. The saying goes, practice makes perfect. I don't particularly like to use that phrase, because as creative people, we'll always look at something and see that it's not perfect in our eyes, because we're all our own worst critics. So instead, I like to use the phrase, practice makes progress. So literally, very simply, just keep editing. Just trial and error, and just have fun with it. If you make an edit that you don't like, you don't have to share it. Just keep practicing and play around with different editing softwares, play around with different footage from shows or whatever. Film your own stuff on your phone if you want, and edit that to some music. And then, just as I said earlier, I learned a lot of my stuff from YouTube videos. There are so many YouTube videos out there for different things that you can learn so much from. Some like content creators and examples of people that I use that I've learned a lot from it would be like Peter McKinnon, Matti Hapuya, Daniel Gevirtz. There's just so many editors out there that you can learn from. And just have fun with it, as I said. As I think a lot of us are very much all self-taught, and that is like everyone's process is going to be different, but it is literally going to be trial and error. So in Coco's case, it's trial by fire. So just throw it into the deep end and good luck. But literally, like Coco is a testament of how you just start and you just get better and better after each edit. And no matter what stage you are, whether you're starting off or you're a little bit later in the editing game, there's always going to be room to improve. So just keep practicing, and practice, or what did I say? Practice makes progress. I can't remember my own phrase.
Yeah, I think as I just say briefly, as someone who is winging it and very much learning on the job, doing it over and over again definitely does help. But also, like when I started, I was so confused on like the fundamental things of why when I export this video is it only like 3/4 of the size of the screen? Why is there like a huge black border around the picture? There's nothing I can do about it, but it looks really weird when I upload it to YouTube. and then I was like, this is really bugging me, so I'm going to ask someone. So I asked, and I got an answer, and now it doesn't do that anymore. And I feel so much more confident about the edits because that was just like, that looked so bad. And some are still in that state, and I may well go back, copy and paste the timeline and fix it when I have the brain cells to cope with that. But in the meantime, they will be there as a mark of, not of shame, but of learning and progress. That it's like, it's not always just like, how do I do this? But it's also the basic understanding of how the stuff works. Because that means everything is like a learning curve. You've got to learn how to use the things that you're using. And different things work for different people. I don't have a huge variety of choice with what I use. So I've got my Final Cut, and so if I want to do something on Final Cut and I can't do it on Final Cut, then I can't do it, and I will go the long way around. I will, if I can't track something, which I might be able to track something, I need to Google that. I've just had to do it step by step, like frame by frame, which takes quite a long time, but I am very persistent. So I think, but like if what I did was I asked people, because being in the Order and being around people and being in this fandom means that there's so many people with so much experience in all of these different things. And that if I just randomly DMing people like, hey, can you help me with this? I have never once had a reply saying, how dare you ask me that? Everyone's really friendly and everyone wants to help. And like, we are one big fandom, we're all fighting for the same thing. So if you have a question on how something works, ask it. I mean, we're literally, this is Order Editing Team Q&A, right? Like, if you have a question, you can ask here, you can ask in our DMs, we can pass the question on to someone else if you want us to. But like, and even if it's not just editing, if it's something else, like if it's, I don't know, music or all these other different things you can learn to do, fanfic writing even, you can DM people and ask for like advice on that kind of thing. Like, everyone's really friendly, so you know, that's also a thing you can do, because that really helped. I would be still with slightly very strange framing on my videos if I did not ask, and I just went, you know what, I can't work it out, let's keep going. So yeah, asking people is also good.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. No, that was a very good point. Like, definitely do not be afraid to ask questions at all. As I said, no matter what stage you're at, you're always going to be learning. So there are so many people within this fandom that have the knowledge that you might be looking for, and vice versa. So why not ask? As Coco said, nobody's turned around and be like, no. I promise I won't do that. I'm very open to sharing my knowledge as much as I can, and very much I'm open to helping people in editing. Yeah, awesome. You guys covered that very well. Wow, I love that. Should we move on to another question, Coco?
If anyone has anything to add, you can unmute. if not, no problem. But floor is open to anyone else. Going.
It's gone. Oh, just kidding.
I would say, sorry.
All right,
This is a little like tricky. So like if you like watch edits and like try to recreate something that you might not know how to recreate, then like don't go posting it and like not, ripping somebody off. But if you see something you're like, I don't really know how that was done, can I figure it out, is a great way to like teach yourself and learn some new things. And I know like as long as I've been doing it, everything changes and there's new software programs all the time. And a big part of it is just being like, oh, cool. So that was done in this program. Do I have access to it? And if I do, how could I recreate that? And then I'll learn how it's done. And then in the future, when I am making my own thing, I have a knowledge on something that I didn't have before. And it's, art is looking at other art and kind of getting inspiration and then further developing your own style and your own technique. And if you're new, like go out and watch a bunch of things. And you'll really take a lot from that. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, I don't have anything to add on. I'm learning with every single edit, and this last whole couple months has taught me so much. I can't even explain how much, but goodness.
I don't know if it was mentioned already, but don't give up if the first few edits that you make don't turn out as you imagined or how you wanted to, because that happens. Like, just keep going. Just try again. It'll work out eventually. Like, don't struggle. It's totally fine.
Yeah, no, my very first edit ever, I sometimes go back to watch it because it just cracks me up. I don't even think I don't know. I don't think that should classify as an edit. It was literally just like a scene, I think, with music on. But yeah, no, everyone, like, we all start not knowing how to do anything, So it's just learning and practice. And yeah, just try not to give up because it's always worth it. Especially if you're passionate about it. I think that passion shows in the videos you make, regardless. Yeah.
I think that was fairly well covered now, I hope.
I hope too. There's a lot of questions actually on this.
It's alright. Should we go for the process one now? Is that good with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading the entire thing first before I say it.
That's alright.
Do you want to answer this? Like, should we have this? What is? Oh, sorry. I just saw Ellie posted. I didn't know you made that.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, I love that so much. I think I saved it. It made me laugh so hard. Okay, sorry.
An
Distracted.
achievement.
No, rightfully so. I love that. Okay, so next, is this gonna be like there's a few questions within the questions, so it's just like all one thing.
Should we go for the first section of it? Because
How do you like describe the process?
Yeah, because I think I have a different answer to that than the rest of it. So.
Yeah, same.
That's probably, yeah.
Mine is probably really not interesting, and I don't know if it's just me, but so it's describe your video editing process, I guess. Is that how we should phrase that?
Yeah, so I believe so.
Okay. Why? I don't know if okay. I don't know how to explain it. I'm very big on like picking up on the vibes of things. So if I feel like a vibe with something, I will just hyper fixate on it and just kind of I really, really do edit on emotion. So especially on days where I'm really emotional, it's usually very noticeable, I think. God, it's like a really, I don't know how to really describe it, you guys. Like, for me, it's just emotion and the energy of what, what the music's giving, what I'm feeling, what I want people to feel. Like, just try to give off, like, the energy, I guess. It's not a very exciting sounding process. That's just how I can describe it. But that's how I do it.
I think vibes is a very, very solid answer. Like, that works. I get what you mean there. Vibes is a good... That's always a valid answer. Okay. Should I go next? I don't...
You go, Coco.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, you describe your process for... Okay, so I guess my process is heavily based on the fact that, once again, in case you missed it, I am winging it. So I am a musician, first and foremost. That is what I'm studying at university. That's what I want to do. That's like where my brain lives. What little bit there is. So I tend to... No, I always choose the music first. So it's usually a song that I know well. I think I've taken someone's suggestion for a song once that I didn't know beforehand. But that was because I listened to it on repeat for like 2 days and I was like, you know what, I like this could work. But the rest of the time it's always like I'll either listen to a song there'll be a song that I already know that I really like, and I'll go, this really fits this vibe and I can picture and edit to this. And then I will go into my video editing software, and I'll listen to the song on repeat. I'll try and get it down to the timestamp, because obviously on Twitter, in case you didn't know, we are restricted to 2 minutes 20. Which is very annoying when your favourite song is 3 minutes or 2 minutes 25 or something. It hurts a lot. So that means that I have to go through and edit the audio to be the perfect length, so preferably shorter, because, people have lives, as does everyone has lives, and the longer videos they're good for certain things, but not everything. So yeah, I choose a song, I go into the editing software, and I work hard to try and make the editing of the audio first, so that you can't tell where it's cut, and it still makes musical sense. So like the best example I have of that is the St. Matthew's Passion piece that Julia and I used for the trailer edit, the Science versus Faith. I had been listening to my Baroque playlist, and I had forgotten just how beautiful some of those pieces are. I do get very nerdy on music, very sorry. But I was listening to the violin again, and I just had it on repeat. And I was like, wait, what if we just had the violin bit? Because there's singing in it, and it's like, St. Matthew's Passion is a big set of work, and it was just this one little bit that I wanted. And so I went around the singing sections, and I just edited the violin at the start and the violin at the end, so that it would all flow together and it would properly finish rather than flowing into some singing or something. I've really over-explained that, but that's, but so in that circumstance, I'm always looking at the music first, and then once I've got the music perfectly so it sounds right, I'll then try and picture what would look right to this music. How would this I guess it's I kind of go music as the priority, and then how can the scenes best benefit the music, which I feel like is the wrong way round. But this whole thing for me is the wrong way around. So I just went with what my gut was telling me. And that's just follow the music, because that's much easier for me. So for example, with the, I won't go too much in detail, but with the chain smoking edit at the start, it was very choppy. And so I always try and go on the beat with stuff as much as possible. But my process is generally, because I'm absolutely rambling and I will stop in a minute. I promise. Yeah, it's music first and then closing my eyes, thinking what scenes would fit this and do those scenes tell a story. And then I drag the scenes in, I try and edit them together and I think, how does this tell a story? And it's kind of like the music and the story with the edits, and I feel like, yeah, I'm done now. Yeah.
I can go next. I love that. I didn't know we were answering all of that, by the way.
That was just the first question. I'm sorry.
I feel like that just kind of was like all of it into one. I was just gonna say, because I feel like I have way more than that. Like, I will listen when I find a song, I will have it on repeat. It's like almost like a routine. If I find a song, like, I don't even know how I find them. I usually don't want to use songs that I know. I like to connect on it, so I just associate it with the edit and what I'm trying to go for. And then I'll just have it on repeat in the shower, and I'll take a long freaking shower and just have it on repeat while I'm like thinking about what I want for the edit. A lot of the times I start my edits in the middle and or the end. Like, I rarely start them at the beginning because there's like certain parts of the song where I'm like, this needs to be that scene. You know what I mean? That's, I guess, more so my process. Coco, do you know whose hand went up first, whether it was Sydney or Allie?
I think Sydney, but that's genuinely...
No, it was Ellie, so I can go before me.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
You're good.
Okay. For my process, so I'm kind of like Julia. Like, once I find a song, I kind of listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, like beat it to death kind of thing. But I don't know if anyone else is like me. When I think, like, I make movies in my head all the time. Like, when I read, I can see it, I can hear it, I can feel it. Like, I have the music in my head immediately, almost. So when I come across songs that I don't know or that I haven't heard before, it starts up the minute the first few, like, chords play, whether it's piano or if it's guitar or whatever. Like, the first couple of seconds of a song, I can tell if I'm gonna like it or not, even before I hear the lyrics. So if it, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I have this Avatris playlist. There's like 400 or so songs on there, and I kind of take my pick out of there sometimes when I'm making edits. I also have like a playlist about like songs that I would use in season 3. I have like a Beatrice playlist. I have an Ava playlist. I have a Warrior Nun workout playlist. Like, so music is huge for me too. Like Coco. So like I always make sure to take a song and make sure I do it justice, but make sure that I do whatever I'm editing, like Warrior Nun justice as well. So yeah, I definitely beat shit to death. Like, I will beat the song to death. I will listen to it in the car. I'll listen to it in my apartment. I'll listen to it in the shower. I'll listen to it on repeat for hours and hours and hours. But I can tell you, like, once I hear it the first time, I can tell you what scenes go where. It just takes a bit longer when I have it in front of me. And then there's like the spaces between those big moments. Like, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, for instance, like the edit that I did with Kales and SJ. Shout out to you guys, by the way. Like, that song immediately, like, you guys saw the vision when I brought it to the table. Like, you're like, yeah, like, Ava wakes up, like, welcome to your life. Like, Ava wakes up, and then it goes bang. And, like, all that stuff. I get so nerdy about editing, for real. I'm so sorry. But, like, when the music flows with the content, and like there's a bang at the right time, or there's like words at the right time, or like a scene that like encapsulates the lyrics, like that's all, like I geek out really, really bad. So like, for instance, just for example, you guys know Stranger Things, I know that we're not a huge fan of Netflix right now, so fuck them. But like, just for reference, like the running up that hill and the reprise, and like when they brought it back with the orchestra, I sat there and I bawled because that's how much music means to me. Like when it comes to film and when it comes to like film and TV, just in general, like the music. I always bought like the soundtracks for movies, and like I could hear them, like hear the scenes over the music from the soundtrack. I don't know if that makes sense, but like for like Twilight, when it came out back in God knows how long ago, like I was really into Twilight at the time, like most teens, like little kids or whatever 12-year-olds were at the time. So I bought I downloaded, it was the first album I bought, and I heard Claire de Lune the very first time, and I remember I had that on repeat for days. Like, I'm not a huge instrumental person. Like, I like lyrics, I like feeling the lyrics, and I like hearing the story, but like, as I've grown older, the instrumentals have meant more, scores meant a lot more. Like, Interstellar, for instance, like that song always brings me like goosebumps every single time. And the scores for Warrior Nun, like that Tangeline made, like wow. Like every time I rewatch, like I get chills at the certain like in certain moments, like the fall, for instance, and like just those little moments between like Beatrice and Ava, or like the moments like the score for Lilith and her mom, that scene was really, really, really good too. And I just can't say enough about it. Like, I can't say enough about the music and how much it like really impacts what I make when I'm editing. But yeah, I geeked out. I'm sorry, guys, but for lack of a better explanation, like if anybody wants to learn to edit, find a song that you love and find a show or something you love and put the music to it. Tell a story with it. Like, I'm always fascinated by the stories you can tell with just certain clips of things and just rearranging them in a certain way. Like, there's an edit on Twitter that just has Ava coming back, and it destroys me every fucking time I see it. Like, there's so many things. Like, it's so creative, and so like there's a different kind of intelligence that comes with being creative, and I like embrace that all the time. Like, if you can, embrace it.
I love that. You said that very well. Also, you do not need to apologize, by the way, for when you're speaking. I promise you do not have to.
Oh, I go off. Like, I can go on tangents very, very long time. So
It's
you're
just
to stop me.
No, it just shows you're passionate is all. It doesn't, you know what I mean? And same goes for you, Coco. It's not rambling, you're just passionate. It's
Still have me in the music space. That was
love
quite-
passion. Okay.
Okay.
Sydney? SJ, I know your hand's been up, but I think Sydney.
Yeah, it was me. So someone wanted me to tell you that I'm trying to do homework, which is, she said I sound distracted. So if I sound distracted, apologies. But my process, because I've really owned, like, I'm currently working on an action edit, but prior to Warrior Nun, like, I've never made like fan edits before. So it was definitely a learning curve to go from like editing clips that like I have full control over, like how long each shot lasts and stuff, or is like on screen, to like something that's already edited and like I don't know, like if I wanted that action kick to be held just a little bit longer, like I can't control it. So that definitely was a learning curve. Not that I can't do it, but it was just like something I had to get used to. And I kind of, because I've done the 2 crack edits, as I said, not that they didn't have music because I want to, it's just like they didn't need music. So
for those, I really just was like thinking of like moments that I enjoyed in the show, like with the van one. I was like, oh my gosh, like when Yasmin screams, that's so funny. Like I really want to use that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like Ava gets hit by a van. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait. Like Yasmin could run her over. So I like just threw that together. And that one was cool. And then with the other one about the, let us say, Warrior Nun, I was like, oh my gosh, like, cause that was like when like everyone was like talking about like the toxicity, like, in like the community. I don't really remember, like, maybe I don't really remember what like the toxicity was about, but there was like stuff going on. I was like, so, oh my gosh, like, what if the like lettuce heads, like, you know, tranquilize the toxicity and like take them out. So I was like, I'm just gonna do that, and I did it. And so really, it just like with like the crack edits, it's just like what I think is funny, and I'm just like, I'm gonna do that because I can. And with the action edit I'm currently working on, just based off of like the songs that I've heard people using, I haven't seen like every single edit, like just because I wasn't active when like a lot of like the edits were being posted initially. But like I've seen like a good majority of them, but I haven't seen like a rock song be used. If there is one, that I just haven't seen it yet. So I like was just listening to music one day and I was like, oh my gosh, like this would be such a cool like thing to do for an action edit. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the edit, but I had to like clip down the song to like fit the Twitter like time limitation, kind of what Coco was talking about earlier. I did. And honestly, I just went in and I was like, oh, like these scenes would work. And it kind of turned into like a chronological like turn of events, like from season 1 and on, of like all the action sequences that involve Ava and V. Which was kind of like a happy accident and kind of became part of my vision. And kind of with what Ellie was saying, when like things happen on beat, like I would like adjust the length of something to happen, and then like a person's head would like, you know, nod or something on like a different beat I wasn't even like aware existed. But like then when I go back and watch it, I'm like, ha, that works. I'm gonna keep that. And I was like, I totally did that on purpose. And like honestly, a lot of it, like just from what I've done, is like you do something to change one thing, and sometimes it will change other things that then benefit the edit in the end. I'm really excited to release it because this is like it's the first action thing I've like ever really like worked on, because, you know, as I said, first time making fan edits. But yeah, it's been a really fun like thing to learn how to do. So yeah,
I'm super excited for you to post it.
yeah, I've been like working on it for like a month. It's just because like I got school and everything. I'm like, gosh, like I'm still gotta do that.
No, dude, take your time. That stuff's really time consuming. Like, I know my plot video, my most recent, not crack edit, but like my edit, that took me like 50 hours to do. And it still wasn't even close to perfect, but that stuff's really time consuming. I don't think many people understand that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and then there was like the interview thing that I edited.
Yeah, we're editing interviews now too. It's just, yeah, it's a lot on top of like everyday stuff, you know, like jobs and school. But no, I'm super excited for you to post it whenever you do, and I am proud of you for editing it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else who wants to speak about their process, or does people want to move on? What do you guys want to do?
I can. My process is pretty similar to a lot of everyone's. In terms of whether it's finding a song that I start to picture shots to, or if I have shots that in mind that I want to use for a particular song. I think probably myself and Julia have quite a similar style in the way that we edit. We wouldn't have too many effects to our videos, and we tend to let the music or the shot help with the flow.
I would use, or I edit in such a way that I try and emphasize or use motion within the shot to emphasize transitions or to help with transitions so that they blend and kind of flow together quite well. And I've kind of, I think we were on a space talking about this a while ago, and I've kind of called them motivated transitions. So, like in a lot of the videos that I would do, as I said, I would use a lot of the motion, either the motion within the shot or a sound that could be heard within the shot to help with transitions in the flow and stuff like that. But yeah, my there's nothing much to add for my process. It's quite similar, and sometimes it just depends on the edit. It might change. Like Sydney, I had never done any kind of fan edit before at all. I am very much used to editing videos of footage that I have filmed myself. That's generally how I do it. I would film stuff for clients and then I would edit it. So I know what shot is where, and I know where what take was the best take and stuff like that. So it is a very different process to think of that process. It's a very different process to think of that process. Yeah, that made sense. It's a very different way or procedure to think differently that way when you're editing, when you are restricted by the length of the shot rather than filming it yourself and picture and deciding how long you want it to be and stuff like that. Like there are some tricks that you can do, making the shot footage look slow-mo, even though technically it is only edited or not edited. It is technically only like 24 or 25 frames per second. So there are some tricks that you can do to make it look like it's slow motion, even though that there aren't extra frames there. So yeah, that's my process is pretty similar to a lot of people's, to be honest. And what I would say, there is definitely no one way to edit, and everyone's process is going to be slightly different, and it's however you do it and find it fun. Yeah. It's very true. You're talking about slow-mo and stuff. Fun fact, most of my edits are like sped up. Like half the clips just are too slow for the vibe I'm trying to go for. So majority of the clips I use are like really sped up. But no one said anything about it, so I think it slides. Well, okay. What's up, Ellie? What?
Oh, I had a question for you guys.
Oh, what's up?
I believe in like 10 minutes for therapy, but like just I was wondering if you guys ever made something that like made you cry, because sometimes I've like sat there and I've like messed around with like voices, like lines and shows and stuff, and I've like made myself cry and I'm like, oh bitch, you really didn't have to go there, but I did. And I like scrapped them, but like I was just wondering, yeah, if you guys ever made yourself cry with edits.
I did. I hate to admit it. Maya letter.
Same.
Maya letter, do you edit? I was making for like, I was just going through it that day, high key. So I just took dialogue that stood out to me and made it into a letter, as if like it was to like me, or it was really kind of was at me, just because I don't know, just like a way to I don't know. Point being, that edit like made me really, really emotional, and then it kind of was beautiful because it ended up sounding like a letter exchange between Ava and Beatrice, but it could also be perceived in like multiple different ways because I had multiple characters saying the lines, so it was kind of like ended up turning into something a lot bigger than what I intended it to be. But I definitely got a few handful of messages saying I had to pay for their like therapy bills. And I was like, dude, I'm paying for mine. Like, no. So I definitely have.
I've set myself to therapy like with like, you know, To Build a Home, like that song. The Night We Met, like by Lord Huron, or what, I can't say it, but Lord Huron or Huron. Anyway, that song, like there's so many Like there's one called Ava by Famey that's really, really good, and that always gets me to the I Found edits by Amber Run. Like I'm like sitting there and I'm messing around with stuff, and I'm like, what if I just make this one say this, and then in response say that, and then I'm like, no, stop yourself, don't do it, you'll ruin everybody and yourself in the process. Please stop. Like, I don't want to pay for therapy. I can't pay for therapy, bro. Like, for everybody, I would if I could, totally. But dude, I don't want to be causes for damage. But I will eventually, because that's what I do. But yeah.
No, I feel that.
I'm gonna step now, but I appreciate this, and much love to everybody, and thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Bye, Ellie. Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course.
Bye, Ellie.
Bye.
Okay, so next, let's probably move on to another question. I feel like we have covered this one as well. Is that all right with everyone?
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Okay. All right. What have we got next? The library one is up next.
Which one?
The second. No, wait, third to last.
Calco, you gotta count for me. Oh, okay.
I
What, do you want me to read it out? I'm like 1, 2.
can read it out.
But do you make all your clips? Wait, hang on. What?
I think it's, do you pick all your clips from each episode first? So you have a library of clips to pick from. So I think what they're essentially asking is, do we go through all the episodes and cull the shots that we want and then start to edit? Or do we kind of edit and then pick the shots as we go, if you get me?
Oh, right. Okay.
My process would be that I would go through all the episodes and cull the shots that I think I would like to use and put them all on a timeline. And I would probably color them, because you can label them different colors depending on each episode, so that I know, like, okay, there's this shot from this episode, so I can go straight to that color, and I know that orange is episode 1 and blue is episode 2 and that sort of thing. So I would personally go through all the episodes, each one, and cull or pick the shots that I want, and then I would start the edit from that. That would be how I would do it.
That is so organised.
I try to keep it organised as possible. It's a lot of work.
Good grief. My timeline while I'm working on this, because I'm just like go as I go along with it. So I'll listen to the starting bit and I'll go, okay, what fits with the start of this piece that kind of settles you into it well and doesn't just like start you abruptly with something. And then I'll start with that, and then it'll be a question of, okay, what do I go with next? But I will go, okay, I think it's in this episode, and then I'll just like do that. But I end up having a timeline because my brain just is very chaotic when it comes to this kind of thing. So I end up having about like 4 different episodes piled up on top of each other while I'm trying to go through and find clips and then running through the little because on Final Cut Pro you have a little blade editor.
Yeah,
like you run it along the video, and it shows you what's going on. So I use the little blade tool there, drag the bits out I want to use, and I'll just chuck them somewhere to the left, close-ish to where it starts. And then when I try and save my work in progress, it's like 8 hours long, just because of all the episodes I've not deleted yet.
I'm gonna go through an editing process with you. You go.
Leah, Coco and I are kind of the same in that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go. We're gonna have a little editing process.
It works fine. And then I just scrap everything I don't use on later. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You just select it all and press the delete button, and all your sins are washed away.
There you go. Bye. Yeah, because what if you want to use a clip later? You gotta leave it there. What if you forget about it?
Drag
But
it.
it's like a little collection, you know. I think more showing you guys how to speed up that process more than anything else. Oh, you've already shown me how to. You helped me a lot. There's still some shortcuts and stuff like to help with that speed up that process. Love it.
We're always open to learning.
Absolutely. True. Me too. Well, we can teach you how to be disorganized. So
Yeah.
join our class. I'll stay to my relatively organized side of things.
Order from chaos, I think, with the title of this space. Okay. Anyone else want to answer the question, which may need repeating at this stage?
I would.
Oh yeah.
Well, since I'm editing on my phone, it will be way more of a struggle for me to take the clips from every episode, to have every episode on my phone and then cut each bit that I need out. So what I do is beforehand, like before I even start editing, I think about what clips I might want to use. So I actually cut the clips short into like a minute, or even sometimes into like 10 seconds, or like 10 to 20 10 to like 10 seconds to like 1 minute, or longer, depending on which clip it is, if they're speaking or not, if it's just like cinematic. And when I'm actually in the process of editing the video, I just add the clips based on, okay, this is the part that I'm gonna need, or I just play around using a few scenes. The order often changes throughout the whole process. So like maybe a scene that I used at the beginning, I'm gonna use it like not at all, or I'm just gonna use it like much later. But yeah, that's what I do. I take a lot of time deciding what scenes I could use, putting them into shorter clips, saving them on my phone. And then, yeah. If I need new clips, then I just cut them new.
Okay, cool, thank you. Oh, Kales is unmuted. Hello.
Yeah, I would have to say I'm similar to Leah in my editing. It helps. I don't do a lot of fan edits. This is kind of my first rodeo in that. And it's definitely something where I know the show pretty well at this point because I've watched it, and I will go through and I will usually have some sort of rough idea of what I want the edit to look like, and I might like rough storyboard it out a bit, and then I can go and find those clips, and then I'll just mark them in and out, and I'll take those, so that way I'm not overwhelming myself on my timeline. Sometimes I can also like go through and I'll just scroll quickly through the episode just to get a visual, like remember what's there, because it's not stuff I shot. Because usually if it's something I've shot, I know what I have. And I'll just grab the specific moments I'm looking for. But I don't have I don't go through each episode and cut all the different clips and then have a library of clips. I cut just the clips I want for the edit I'm making. That way it's tidier and faster. And I'm also wanting a planner, so I try to like kind of think it through a little bit before I actually start doing anything, because I can very quickly get myself into trouble if I'm just clicking around. I have definitely like duplicated clips or accidentally deleted whole segments if I haven't really prepped in advance. So anyway, yeah, sure, yeah, sucks. So yeah.
I love that. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought when people were talking about storyboarding edits that they were joking. I was so confused that people were like that organized with how they were going at it, and they weren't just like, right, I want to make an edit right now. This is my piece of music. Then I choose the footage I'm going to go with, and we'll go as we go along and see what fits. And then I saw a storyboard. I was like, wait, oh, you're serious? So I might need to have a go at that. But to be honest, I quite like the chaos. Most of my creativity is just chaotic, and you know what? It's a vibe, so I might just stick with it. They're smiling through the pain.
Live your best life, Coco.
Well, dang, Coco, never go. I love chaos, Coco. I love chaos. Chaos Coco is best Coco.
Yes, chaos Coco is best.
Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Can I just say something real quick?
Mhm.
This is SJ. Oh, okay. I'm joking. Okay. Removed from speaker. Kicked out of the game. Goodbye. No, of course. SJ, you edit on your phone?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd crack up. I would crack up. It'd be too small. That's really
it can be a pain, but so I used to have a phone that was actually before I was in the Warrior Nun fandom, but like 3 months ago I had an older phone. Like if I was editing for like longer than 30 minutes, my phone would get so overheated. I could feel like my fingers are burning. And it was horrible, but I got a new phone and a new phone case and everything. So since then, it's been good. But like, I do like this is raw edit. I think I was editing for like 11 hours or so, and I was just on my phone doing that. I was just laying in bed editing. Also,
Yo, that's yeah, that's impressive. I just wanted to, because. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that for a second, just because if that's what you can make while you're on your phone, I can't imagine what you can make, like, with a proper, like, setup and stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
that might have the patience. Yeah, I mean, I have worse, program, like, apps on my, like, I used to use, CuteCut. I don't know if any one of you knows what CuteCut is, but it's like a very old program app. That you can even do on your phone, and it's almost like Movie Maker. You can literally just add text. You can add, and you only have like one or two lines. Like you can have one main line and then one overlay, and that's it. But I managed, and you had like no effects. Like none. And I somehow managed to actually do a bunch of stuff with it that some people were like, how are you doing this? So I was like, I don't know. I just started creating something and it turned out well. So I don't know, somehow since it's been a few years, but I just used something and try to make it as best as I could. Like due to only having 2 lines, if I needed more overlays, I would basically use the 2 lines, save it, make a new project, put that in, add a second line, save that again, and then do it all over again until I have like 5 actual overlays. But it's a mess. But CapCut is like way better when it comes to that, and yeah. It's a whole process, but if you know what you're doing, like the tracking for the Avatrice edit I made, the Greek tragedy Avatrice edit, I did that all by myself. I use keyframes for the text to track the text because CapCut can't do that. So that took me a long time, actually.
That's incredible. Wow. Shout out. Never stop making edits. Unless one day you want it. I hope you never
will, to be honest.
Awesome. What's up, Sydney?
Right. I just want to raise my hand because I have to get going to work, but I like saw it in the Jumbotron that there is a couple questions, and like not that everyone else has to like answer, but I was gonna answer them quickly before I had to go, if that's okay.
Awkward.
So in terms of what my editing style is, I don't necessarily think I have a style because I've edited like a lot of different things, not all of them relating to Warrior Nun. But I feel like maybe a majority of them would probably be like in the fun category. Even if like the edit is serious or something, or if it's like got emotion to it, if I'm editing something, it's because I'm like having fun while editing it. So like the edit could be real serious, but I'm still over here having a good time. So definitely fun. Yeah, crack edits are fun. So probably my dominant style would be fun. And then for a good free editing software to start and learning, I don't know a lot other than like the main ones. I think CapCut's free, but I've never used it, so that might be SJ, like, you know, their territory. But the thing that I started on was iMovie, and I don't know if that's limited to just like the iOS software, but for like Apple. But that's what I used, and it got me by. I'm pretty sure their DaVinci Resolve, like I think that has like a free like thing too, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so that would be one to do as well. So that could be free. So yeah, that's all I'm seeing so far. I don't know if there's any others, but yeah, I had a really good time like being on the space and, you know, hearing like everyone else on the team's like, you know, inputs, because even though I know them and I talk to them, I've never really had these types of conversations with them, so it's cool to like hear it. So now I was glad to give my 4 cents too. But yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and I will see everyone. Well, not see, but I will see everyone later.
Bye, Sydney. Thank you so much.
Bye, Sydney.
Bye. Good.
Bye.
I should probably do the thing. Okay.
Oh. Okay, I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, that's fine. Second to last? Do I need to count downwards?
Listen. Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, the copyright one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had issues with edits being pulled for song copyright? How do you avoid having this happen? You don't. Well. If it just depends on the platform, because TikTok you can avoid it if you use the sound, but you can mute the audio in it and keep your original. And then YouTube has a process as well. So if it is copyrighted, they won't let you post it, I believe, right?
Yeah, on YouTube it gets blocked. Like it does let you upload the whole video, and then it just says, yeah, it's blocked, so you can like re-upload it right after and like edit your video. I had that with one video. It was no fun. But you can sometimes you have the ability to request for it to be like removed, so it's available again. But it's not always approved.
I know that YouTube never used to do the copyright claim check before you could upload. So what I had to do then, I wasn't making edits, I was looking into doing covers and that kind of thing for YouTube. So it was kind of like it's related to copyright of the music side of things. So I would search for the song, and I'd look into the description on YouTube of like these different videos, not the official one, but if someone's done a cover or if there's an edit to that, then sometimes there's a little box underneath that would say if an official thing put there by YouTube, and that means that it's detected the copyright of the sound, but the video's still been allowed to be published. But I think now it's much, much easier, because when you are uploading, before you publish it, there's a copyright claim check, and what it usually says, I haven't had it say anything different so far, but it'll say, hey, we've spotted that this is this song by this person. The artist does allow for it to be used online, but any revenue, like obviously not making money from it anyway, but if YouTube says if there was any revenue from it, it would be going to the artist. So if there's an advert playing at the start of the video, that goes to the music artist, because that is how the copyright works for YouTube. When you upload something, it recognizes what it is. It will tell you if it's a song that you're not allowed to use, and it would be a copyright claim or a copyright strike on your account. It will flag that up scarily, so you don't have to worry about missing that too much. But usually if it says, this song is allowed to be on YouTube, then it's okay, because YouTube will run adverts at the start of it, and the person will get some money. So yeah, there's that. But like with TikTok and Instagram, depending on the length of the video for Instagram, because I've recently realised that one of my Instagram uploads is shortened to 90 seconds because I put the sound over it and it just cuts off, which I did not realise until I watched it all the way through, and I was like, oh no, this has like 3,000 views and it just cuts off. That's embarrassing. So I am yet to decide what to do about that. Just hoping people didn't notice. I'm sure they did though. Whoops. But yeah, with Instagram and TikTok, you can search for the sound even before you start doing the edit. If you're worried about if the song can be used for Instagram and TikTok, you can search for the song, and if it's there, then you can add it on to the video, and then you go into the sound settings and you keep the original audio there, and you take down the music audio. So it's got the information that is the piece that's playing, but you don't hear it. Otherwise it would overlap and that kind of thing, and that's never fun. So yeah, that's generally what we do.
Yeah, I think you covered that very well. Copyright sucks. But I get it. I get it.
As a musician, copyright does suck, but that's because you don't earn enough from it.
There are a lot of websites. Like for me, I have a lot of client work, so I have to make sure that the songs that I use are all copyright free or royalty free, or they're all okay to use. There are a lot of websites. Obviously, they cost money. But a few of them have some good or relatively affordable subscription costs. Some of them are Artlist, Epidemic Sound, Music Bed. Those are the kind of main ones that a lot of people use. So check them out if you haven't already. What did you say?
Doesn't Envato? They also have.
Yeah, Envato have stuff too. For sure. But there are a few songs copyright playlists on YouTube and stuff that you could utilize and stuff like that. But it's an interesting, it's a grey kind of slippery slope, but the girls explained it very well.
Heck yeah.
Okay, there was another one. Are we done with that one?
Mm-hmm. I think you covered. I think you got pretty covered.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Lee, I uploaded it as a reel rather than a post, which was my bad. But
Reels are limited to 90 seconds, so that's why that would be. It's really Instagram's a bit stupid that way. So Reels you can only have 90 seconds, but if you just upload it as a normal post, I think it can be a good few minutes, like 5 or more minutes long, and it still goes into your Reels. It's really stupid, but yeah, that's likely the reason why it was cut off.
And that, my friends, is why you ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah, Instagram. I don't know why, because I have posted several videos, tutorials and stuff like that. that would be like 4-minute song, but obviously with the limit to a reel being 90 seconds, I don't technically upload it as a reel. I just upload it as a post, but it still goes into my reels category, and it still will be on people when people scroll through their reels. It'll still pop up. So it's just a bit of a workaround. So yeah, it's annoying and stupid, but look.
Yeah.
Real quick, on the jumbo is Shaw's process for her mother's Superior edit. Her voice is that appropriate to say her voice is dying? Is that a thumbs up? Thumbs down? Thumbs up. Okay.
Thumbs up.
So if you guys want to see how she does it, it's in the jumbo. I think Coco, for that last bullet, we don't really need to talk about because I think it's already been covered.
I think so.
Because DaVinci Lite has,
Okay.
right, Leah? DaVinci's Lite, like, it has a free version.
Silence.
She might be getting her food.
Yeah, that's my first thought.
Yep.
I'm very jealous.
I know, I haven't eaten like all day. That's a breakfast.
Self-care. Woo.
Woo-hoo, we love it. Does anyone who's still listening have any questions? Can we take speakers? Treat it like a music space kind of thing?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I am on hand to sort the chaos if anything happens.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Also, Leah is getting her food. She just...
Yeah, sorry, my doorbell rang and I was like, okay, go. And then okay, were you calling my
Leah's
name?
sprinting.
Yeah, I'm out of breath now, so I have to go downstairs and upstairs again. Did you guys call my name? I thought I heard you, but I don't know if that was just me hearing things.
Does that, for free editing programs for beginners, for, I said DaVinci, I think you said has a free version, right?
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve is an awesome editing software.
Or
And like they do offer a free version, and for the free version you get a serious amount of its features. There are certain things that obviously it gatekeeps behind the paywall, but it is a very affordable editing software. So I think it's like, well, relatively affordable. I think it's like $200 or $300 or euro, but that's it. Like, unlike Premiere Pro, which is a subscription based, which you obviously over the years I don't want to calculate how much I've probably spent on Premiere Pro. But with DaVinci Resolve, it's a one-off payment and that's it. And it's a very powerful editing software. It's industry used, like worldwide. It's used for editors and filmmakers and stuff like that. So it's very, very good. And the free version, as I said, it gives you loads to do if you're starting off. And I haven't really used CapCut, but I do know that I think SJ mentioned that it is free. And from what I know of it, it seems to have a lot of like templates and stuff like that. So that could be a fun way to get started if you wanted to do like fun kind of edits and stuff like that. If you wanted to dip your toe in, but if you're keen to really delve in, I think DaVinci Resolve is an awesome piece of software.
Love it.
I'm gonna try and eat my food now.
You do your thing.
Well, at least get a plate and stuff. So I'll jump in while I cast this.
Hold on. Chris sent something.
Ooh. Ooh. Hello.
Is this a video editing freedom? Oh. Okay.
Also, shout out to Chris for being a legend. Just
Chris is a legend. If you guys should follow him. There are so many legends that are listening right now. Let's be honest.
I know. It's getting slightly scary looking through the...
I know. Okay.
Love you all.
Does that say shortcut? I don't have my glasses.
Shortcut, and there's
Caden Live?
Yes, Caden Live.
I guess there's those as well. I've never heard of them.
No, they sound cool.
Cool. If anyone who's listening has any questions or wants to say anything, feel free to request. I don't